And Birdie Save the World by Brittany Wilson. Once upon a time, there was an olive named Olive and a bird named Birdie. They were the best of friends. Olive and Birdie played together and had lots of fun. They loved to snuggle and play horsey. One day, a very mean, very angry ball of red splotches tried to make the whole world sick and very sad. But all the people in the world decided they were not going to let Corona hurt anybody anymore. President Trunk and his friend Dr. Fishy made a rule that people in the world had to stay in their houses and could not touch or get too close to people that did not live with them. He was the boss of the whole country, so people had to listen to President Trunk. Olive had to stay in her olive jar, and Birdie had to stay in her family nest, but they did not know why. Well, it turned out that Corona had a very tricky plan to make everyone in the whole world sick, and he was trying to do it without anyone noticing. First, he would make one person sick, and then jump off that person onto another. He didn't stop there. Corona waited on things that other people touched, like door handles or packages that people got in the mail. He wanted to get everyone in the world sick, and he wanted to do it quickly. The people of the world did not need a superhero to help them. They didn't even need President Trunk or Dr. Fishy to tell them what to do. People like Olive and Birdie went into their houses and did not come out unless they had to. This way, Corona couldn't jump from person to person. Olive and Birdie were very sad that they did not get to snuggle and play horsey. They didn't even go to school anymore. But they knew they had to help get rid of Corona. They wanted to protect their families and friends. Birdie didn't want to get Olive sick, and Olive certainly didn't want that for Birdie. So to keep their best friends safe, Olive and Birdie stayed away from each other until Corona was gone. They still got to see each other on video calls and even found a new way to hang out together. On Saturdays, Olive and Birdie would drive to a parking lot and eat their favorite chicken nuggets while in their cars parked next to each other. They listened to their favorite songs and danced while always keeping one parking space between them. It was really hard not to hug each other and snuggle and play, but they were still happy to spend time together. Corona watched the two friends dance in the parking lot, but he could not jump on them to make them sick. He was too far away. While Olive and Birdie laughed and danced in the sun, Corona began to feel sick himself. It took some time, but Corona began to get smaller and smaller until, one day, poof! Corona was gone! He couldn't make people sick anymore, so Dr. Fishy and President Trunk let the whole country out of their houses. Birdie flew out of her nest as fast as her wings would carry her to Olive's jar. Olive's mommy and daddy unsealed her jar, and finally Olive and Birdie got to hug and snuggle and play again. They were so happy to see each other, and so happy because they helped get rid of a bad guy. They saved the world from Corona. From that day on, Olive and Birdie remembered how hard it was to be away from each other. They spent as much time as they could together. They were always so proud of how they helped save the world.